know this is last minute, but I'll be in 1 second. Yo, what up, y'all? Let me get some sound. Let me get some music going. Hold on 1 second. I know this is impromptu. We didn't plan this. I did not tell anybody about this. I'm ready to roll. Let's do this. Somebody please let me know if the audio is straight, the video feed is straight. Somebody please let me know. It's a little chilly in the basement. Got to get ready. I know the trolls will be here in any minute. If somebody could please help me out with a sound check, please. Let me know if it sounds good. Let me know if it looks good. I would love to know. Let me know. Everything is good? Oh, that's easy. That's the first. Usually when we stream, it's problems. Every time. So my apologies. I did not tell anybody about this stream. I did not plan this stream. I was sitting around and I was about to hop on Modern Warfare, Warzone. And I'm like, you know what? Let's live stream first. So here we are. So my apologies if I did not notify y'all of tonight's stream. But you could have been anywhere else and you here with me. So let's go. So tonight. Yes, baby. Oh, yeah. Talking about her. But first, we got to do the roll call. So let's see who up in this piece. Let me go through these comments. All right? Let's get this started. We're going to start from the top. Francisco, first. What's up? First of all, let me just say, I'm so happy y'all here. Very grateful. Oh, CJ and Devin just FaceTime me. Hold up. Let me answer this real quick. Hold up. Y'all might as well say hello because y'all live. Oh, my AirPods moved. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah. Hold up. Hold on. My AirPods moved. Wait a minute. All right, let me hang up because I need my audio back. I got my AirPod in. Come through. Hey, say bye, everybody. That's CJ Unplugged, the C Kid TV. Them the homies. All right, now let me switch my AirPods back. Hold up. Totally messed me up. Please hold. All right, we back. Okay, let's get back to this. All right. Nicholas Wells, what's happening? Oh, Sagi just texted me too. You not gonna tell me? Brought in. This was literally a last minute, like 5 minutes ago decision. Y'all about to get this work. Blessings from Tobago in the Caribbean. Hey, if you in here, let me know where you from. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Let me know where you from. Drop it in the chat. What are, bro? Don't even do it. You're gonna get blocked. Don't come in here with that. I've been debating. Oh, we gonna get to the questions. Hold up. We doing the roll call. Elbow cough? Fuck. What is that? Oh, you trolling. Ace, what up? CMD Boxer Reports, what up? Streaming with the A7IV. No, I had to not stream with it so that I could show it off. I'm in Cleveland, Isaiah. Where you at? Everything is good. Do a little dance. That's amazing. Everything is straight. Audio sounds clean AF. That's what I like to hear, man. My guy Yogi in the building. What's happening? You are a goat. Like, are you trying to diss me? Did you call me a goat? Like, bah? Like one of those? I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Good to go. Everything's good. Audio was mean. I like to hear that. Clean, he meant. I like that. I hear you. Clean. Music is a good level as well. All right. Nice background. You talking about all of that crap, all of that half renovated nonsense going on? Thank you. Sounds great. Is it? Yeah. I turned it up just a little bit. Crank that up a notch. Hopefully it won't peak. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Looks and sounds good. Good. Yeah. Gangsta mode. Yes, sir. Are you on the A7IV right now? No. It's right here. Big baby's right here. She beautiful, ain't she? Gucci. Impromptu live streams are the best. Yeah, I didn't plan this at all. I literally ran upstairs. I ate a fish stick, which I hate fish sticks, but the kids had them, and I'm hungry, so I snagged one. And I'm like, you know what? We gonna stream tonight. From Pakistan in the building. What's happening? Are you streaming with the A7IV? No. NYC in the building. Chicago in the building. Boston in the building. I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank you for coming through. San Antonio, Philly, on your way to New York. Hey, bring me some pizza on the way. Southeast Asia. What? California in the building. T-Money, greetings from Texas. What's happening? Another Texas in the lab. Oh, okay, elbow, okay. I got you. Elbow, okay, that makes sense. Hey, I'm like almost 37. Okay, you gotta help me out. Yeah. Take top, master tight shirt, Terry. You already know. And today, the shirt. Yeah, that's tight. As you probably noticed, I'm a little slim right now. I was sick, and I haven't worked out in like 2 weeks, which means I haven't been eating right, haven't been drinking my water. Being sick will have you dropping 10 pounds real easy. But I'm gonna get it back. I'm going back to the gym tomorrow. New Mexico in the building. What's happening? How's the quality in 1080 and 60? 1080, 60, and 120. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Fam, what's happening? Florida in the house. What up? What's Brapper YouTube family from the 216? What's happening? My man, War Crime Matt in the building. I will never play Warzone with you again, bro. Never. Let me tell y'all about War Crime Matt before we start talking about this bad boy right here. We in the middle of a match, right? Me, CJ Unplugged, C-Kid Tech. Matt hit us up. Matt, I'm never letting you let us down. Matt hit us up. Matt go, I want to run with y'all. All right, we like, bet, come run it. So we in the middle of a fight, bro. Middle of a match. I mean, bullets going this way and that way. Let me tell y'all what War Crime Matt did. Now, when we play Warzone, we have a scale of war crimes. Level 1, war crime. All right, you might have did something small. A level 5 war crime. That's unforgivable. You at that point are basically dishonorably discharged from the squad. Let me tell you what War Crime Matt did. Level 5 war crime in the middle of a match. Now, a lot of y'all who play Warzone, y'all know how dependent the game is on teamwork. Matt goes in the middle of a fight. Hey, y'all. Hey, I got to get out of here. I'm about to go run with my homies. Bye. In the middle of a match, this dude left us stranded in the middle of a match. Left the squad, left the team. And for that, War Crime Matt, you have a public class 5. But you the homie. But you still gonna take this class 5. And I'm never playing with you again. Oh, super chat early. Harrison Family Vlogs. I want to know how you got your hands on that cam. You're the only one I've seen with under 50K that has it. Probably because your content is dope. So first thing, let's clap it up for the first super chat tonight. I appreciate that so freaking much. How did I get this bad boy? I'ma just say, believe in yourself. 2 things that happen with this camera. I'm the only channel under 50K that got one of these from Sony. I'm not talking about from a local camera shop. No, Sony. Number 2, I don't like playing race cards, but I'm the only African American on YouTube right now with this camera, bruh. So, how did I do it? Hey, I love Sony products. I make Sony videos, and I try to bring the culture. I try to bring me. I don't sugarcoat. I wear my bandanas. I wear my cutoffs. I wear my jewelry when I want to wear it. And I bring that. But at the same time, I know what I'm talking about. I know my information. I don't mean to pat myself on the back or whatever, but I'm a great photographer. I make great videos. I've made amazing videos for other people, taken amazing photos for other people. And more than anything, I'm not scared to be me on camera. I feel like in today's world of YouTube, everybody want to conform. Everybody want to, fit into this mold. I got to look like this. I got to sound like that. And I just don't give a shit about none of that. So for me, let me turn I'm getting a lot of feedback in my ear. Hold up. So for me, it was just all about remaining authentic. And eventually, this hand got shaken with that hand. This person got introduced here, and I landed with some dope people at Sony. And they've been rocking with me since. So, hey, I'm grateful for the opportunity. If anybody from Sony is watching this, thank y'all. I appreciate you. Sony A7IV is right here. Yeah, I got it. You want to touch it? Here. It's all in your face. Grab that. Yeah. Thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. I ate a fish stick. Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, another Cleveland in the house. Have you tested the 1080p and the A7 III versus A7 IV in terms of sharpness and image quality? I have. We'll talk about that soon. People think you're streaming with the A7 IV because the production is fresh AF. Thank you. Hey, look, honestly, you can stream with any camera. Get you a lens that looks good, light it the right way, and boom, you got magic. Oh, and I put my LUT on top of this footage. If you click down in the description, there's a pack of filmlets. It's 8 of them, $9.99. I'm using Drama right now. So if you want to sauce your own video up, go and get that. All right. Orange County in the building. Argentina in the building. Jamaica in the building. SoCal in the building. Missouri in the building. I mean, damn. PA in the building. Wish I could get the Sony A7 IV right now. You know what, Howie? Here. It's yours. Take it. Get it, man, before I change my mind. You took too long. We're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to run some Warzone with you. Hey, as long as you don't come in here war criming, you can run. Philippines in the building. Man, don't be modest. There's a reason they chose you. I told you before you hit 1K, you were on the way. They see it. Kenny, very true, man. Big shout out to Kenny Williams. Man, this dude was there at the start. Always been supporting on every video. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Everybody hit that thumbs up. You better. 65 of y'all in here. 18 thumbs up. Not fair, and that's mean. So do it. All right, what memory cards will you run in the card slots? We'll talk about that in a second. Authenticity is better than cookie cutter. I believe that. Virgin Islands in the building. Another super chat early, man. Y'all, I'm about to cry, man. $14.99. You do some amazing work. Keep it up. Big shout out to Danny Black, man. I appreciate you so much. Super chats mean the world to me because, listen, I'm about to, come here. Let me bring the mic. I understand what it takes to make money. People work their 9 to 5, do this, do that, have families, responsibility, and you enjoy what I do so much that you want to take that and contribute to what I do. And I appreciate that so freaking much. Thank you. I'm serious. Dead serious. Thank you, Danny. Checking in from Texas, another one. Arizona, another one. Oh, hold up. All right, Texas, Arizona. Qatar, wow, that's crazy. Dallas, Australia. Danny's from Australia, that's crazy. Wow, man. My man Icon in the building. What's up, bro? Big shout out to my man Icon, too. Always there, always willing to help me out. We've been going back since the Sprint days, bro. That was a long time ago. All right. Y'all coming with a lot of A7 IV questions early. All right, we about to get to this. Hey, Terry, I have an A7S III. I always try to shoot an S-Log 3, S-Gamut Cine 3 for my courses. I tried different exposures and white balance and still can't get the colors after applying, correct? Why are you trying to use conversion LUTs on... Wait. Okay, let me back up. You're using S-Log3. For some reason, I thought you meant S-Cinetone. What conversion LUTs are you using? That's a big part of the question. What conversion LUTs are you using? I use Leeming LUTs. Now, a lot of people also use Phantom LUTs. You can also use Final Cut's built-in conversion LUTs. As long as you're going from S-Log3 to Rec 709, and you're using one of those 3 LUTs, I mean, they all have their different nuance stuff that you might have to adjust, but you should be straight. You got to make sure you nail your white balance and all of that stuff. So, my man Icon, yeah. What about that A7IV kit lens? Don't buy it. You got the new MacBook. I don't. Why didn't I get the new MacBook? I want one. I will probably be ordering one in the next couple of weeks. But y'all know, like, I've been really diving deep on this A7IV content. And it's important to me to get my pre-order in ASAP. So, you know, I got the money, but it's like, if I get the MacBook Pro, I got an M1 MacBook Pro right here. And I got an M1 Mac Mini. I mean, they get the job done. Would I like something faster and all that stuff? Yeah. But right now, the priority is making sure I get my own A7IV as soon as possible so that I can keep these videos coming. This is Sony's. This does not belong to me. What about the A7IV kit lens? Don't buy it. No. My boy Terry is dog. Hey, you already know. Best lens brand for Alpha series. That's a great question. Soon as I get done with the roll call, you know what, I'm gonna just answer this real quick. What's dope about Sony is you got Sony lenses, you got Tamron, you got Sigma, you got Viltrox, you got Mikey, you got more. It's more than that. There's so many lens selections for Sony, which is why every time people ask me, like, what camera should they get, I try not to be biased, you know, because I love Sony. They don't pay me to say that. I just love Sony cameras. But one of the biggest things I always say is lens selection. I could tell you to go get the best Canon camera all day long, but can you afford the lenses? Are there affordable lenses for the general public, for us peasants, as my man Flossie say? You can get lenses for Sony for cheap or for super expensive or in between. That's the beauty of Sony. All right, let's see. You deserve this 100p. I just found you and can't stop watching the videos. That's so dope. Thank you so much. Just cop the LUT pack. My man, editing a video right now. Try it out. Let's go here. I just got here. Let's start over. Shout out to Basil Tiffany, always supporting on every video. Thank you so much. What lens would you use for the 4K 60 crop? I'll be using my regular lenses. Look, I just dropped a video today on this whole 4K 60 cripple hammer. Like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta relax. Everybody, y'all, like, it's super butthurt because it's a 4K 60 crop. Like, people don't understand. Most of the movies you watched, they were filmed with Super 35 cameras. I bet you didn't know that. Jersey in the building. Fiji in the building. Wow. Chicago. Big shout out to my man Icon again. Cleveland in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Another 216er in the building. Cleveland strong. Another super chat. Thank you so much. Ben Aqua. Keep being you. Would you be mad if I called you Loose Shirt Benny in the video? Why the hell would you call me that? Like, my name's not Benny and I wear tight shirts. I guess do what you want to do, bro. Whatever makes you happy. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. That's funny. Sony demonetized. Thanks for keeping it 100 about the kit lens. Hey, I will never recommend people buy kit lenses because you could get, like, if that kit lens is an extra 125 bucks, I would rather you take that and get a cheap, decent starter lens, not that kit lens. Hey, yo, I'm editing on a new razor blade. Sheesh, it renders and exports so fast. I bet it does. I wouldn't know because I use all Apple products for my workflow. Any future ZV-E10? Yeah. So I had to send the ZV-E10 back to Sony but I have one on the way. Hey, let me tell you something about Sony. I'd have had conversations with them. Sometimes they don't like what I say, but I always tell them, like, would you rather me not keep it real, or would you rather me keep it real? The thing is, as long as you do it in a tasteful way, like, obviously, if you're working with a brand, don't be a clown. Like, be you, but don't be a clown. So I always look at it like Sony or any brand, like if I'm describing something or I'm talking about them like one of your friends, you might talk about one of your friends, but to somebody else, you ain't gonna dog them out, even if they did something wrong. And I look at these brands the same way. So if we have a working relationship, I'm gonna say what I don't like, but I'm gonna do it respectfully because I want to represent you well and I want you to represent me well. For example, instead of me saying, like, it might be something about the A7IV. Like, there are things about this camera I don't like, but you don't hear me in videos saying, oh man, this effing sucks. No, because it's derogatory and there's better ways for me to go about saying it. And personally, that's, as long as you do that, then brands are normally fine with you keeping it real, as long as you don't be a D-bag. Can you monitor audio with Sony Bluetooth headphones? Haven't tried it. Seen some reports that, okay, all right, so listen. I put up a low light test 3 days ago. And I'm going to be honest. I got the A7S3. I'm using it right now to live stream. Edited some of that footage. Them clips were up to 10,000 ISO, and I was using S-Cinetone. I'm going to tell y'all this. So, you got 12 megapixels in the A7S3. You got 33 in here. And the long and short of it, it's two things at play. First of all the Sony sensors are amazing when it comes to low light. I don't know what they do, how they do it, but they do it. But the more megapixels, the finer the noise detail. You got to think about it. If I got a rectangle, same size rectangle, and I fill it up with 12 million or I fill it up with 50 million, obviously the particles of 50 million are going to be smaller. They got to be smaller to fit in that same surface area. And because the A7IV has more megapixels, the noise footprint is smaller. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have noise, but it's not as noticeable as the A7S3. Secondly, this also has, even though Sony won't tell us that and they don't advertise it, some type of dual native ISO wizardry. Now, for example, A7S3 in S-Cinetone, the dual native ISO kicks in, I forget what the exact number is, but this kicks in sooner. So a lot of people with the A7S3 know that, yo, if I can't get my shot below 3200, I gotta go up over 12,800 ISO because that's where the second native kicks in like S-Log3. Well, it kicks in sooner on this camera. So comparison, 10,000 ISO on the A7S3 looks terrible because it's right under that 12,800 ISO threshold where the dual native ISO or whatever it's called kicks in. Well, with this kicking in way sooner, the footage is way cleaner for that 3,200 to 10,000 ISO window. This, in my opinion, wins. I hate to say it. I spent $3,500 on my A7S3. I hate to say it. Up to 10,000 ISO, which is where most people are going to be at, this look better. Noise, it looks better. Now, after you hit 10,000 ISO and that dual native kicks in, if we like an S-Log3 at 12,800, then I can ride that wave all the way up to 400 some odd thousand ISO. Does it look that good up there? Obviously not, but we could do it. Expanded ISO on this, I think, is up to like 104. Matter of fact, let's find out. Okay, so expanded. Oh, it's way too bright. 200 104,800 is expanded max ISO. On the A7S III, it tops out close to 500,000. So yeah, there's that. All right. Oh man, I got deep, didn't it? Hey, thank y'all so much. Hey, it's 100. Hey, it better. I see 101 people watching. It better be 101 likes, or I'm picking somebody from this comment section and I'm slapping them. So somebody better make it happen. Yeah. All right. Okay. All of this was talked about in my video today. I'm not bothered by the crop at 4K 60. I expected. So did I. All I wanted is full frame 4K 30 and improved roll and shutter. I was surprised and disappointed to not see improvements in roll and shutter. All right, fair. Let me tell y'all why there's roll and shutter. And I'll put this in today's video. I went off about it. All right, so the problem with the A7IV, all of these beautiful updates. I'm gonna put this in the camera so y'all could get a good real close look at her. 33 megapixels, right? That's a 33 megapixel sensor right there. So it's the same processor that's in the A7S III and the Alpha 1. However, there's oversampling going on. So in 4K, there is oversampling from 7K going on. Now that takes a whole lot of damn processing power. So in addition to the camera having to oversample 7K to 4K, it's still doing everything else. So it's still giving you 10-bit 422. It's still giving you real-time tracking and autofocus. It's still giving you this. It's still giving you that. So what happens is, although the processor in the A7S III, the Alpha 1, the Bionz XR is a fantastic processor, unfortunately, it cannot keep up with all of that going on, plus oversampling, which is why you get oversampling. Which is why you get rolling shutter. So rolling shutter basically happens, it's like the wave stuff, right? You move the camera back and forth and you get the wave stuff. Well, that happens when the processor cannot keep up with what's coming off the sensor. All right. So it's a double-edged sword. We wanted higher megapixels. We wanted sharper 4K. Okay, Sony like, what the hell with it? We'll oversample it. But y'all gonna get this rolling shutter. So could they have did like line skipped 4K or pixel bin 4K? They could have. My man Ben said something. He said they at least should have gave us the option. I said, okay, that's a fair point. But rolling shutter is a byproduct of that. That's why the A7S III has no rolling shutter, because it's not being oversampled from 7K. So it's basically taking it's filming in 4K. It's filming in 4K and it's outputting in 4K. Not 4K, but not that much higher above it. So the processor doesn't have to take on that extra workload of oversampling, so it can focus on what it needs to, which means faster frame rates, no crop, no rolling shutter. Yeah, hell yeah. That's why I left Canon RF. Lens is too expensive. Hey, I never try to discourage people from going Canon, but that's a real consideration. You buy a Canon EOS R6, and to get like the 15 to 35, you got to sell your grandma, you got to sell your mama, you got to sell your house, the dog, the kids, the wife, and everything to afford that lens. Woo! Bruh. It depends. I said this in my review when I compared Tamron to the initial one, to original one. They're geared at two totally different audiences. If you're a consumer and you have no need to shoot sports or fast moving subjects and you don't need internal stabilization, all that stuff, the Tamron 70 to 180 is a fantastic option. It's only like $1,100. A G Master gonna cost you $2,700. 2,700 hundos. The gangster mode is gonna cost you $2,700. It all depends on what you can afford and what you need it for. For me, I needed it. I didn't order the Mark II, but I just ordered the Mark I. Matter of fact, hold up. Hey, baby. Hey, boo. This the Mark I right here. For me, it was worth the investment because I do a lot of sports. But again, that's on you. Let me take a second to thank everybody for coming through, coming to say what's up. If you new here, my name is TerryWarfield. I pretty much do like Sony content, you know what I'm saying? I do the occasional phone comparison with the cameras, motivational content, tutorials and stuff like that. What's up? In the description, if you like the way this looks, if you like the lighting, if you like the mood, you know, the look I have, this part of my LUT pack. If you want to know what software I'm using to live stream, this is being hosted by Ecamm, and I am an Ecamm affiliate. If you have a Mac, Ecamm is the way to go. You do not need capture cards. You don't need none of that. You plug up your camera, most modern cameras, and it instantly recognizes it as a webcam. You can do overlays and all that stuff. Super easy to use, but you got to have a Mac. But anyways, if you want to try it out, there's a link in the description. As far as super chats go, thank you to everybody who has sent the super chat already. I appreciate y'all so freaking much. Not required, certainly appreciate it, but a lot of y'all know a lot of times when y'all give super chats, I try to pay it forward to other people. So now that we got that out the way, let's get back to the questions. Just discovered you, love it so far. I just discovered you. What's up? I pre-ordered the camera on announcement day. 4K 60 turns my 24 into a 35. I plan on copping a 14. Yeah. I mean, that's the approach you got to take. If you don't want any crop, get you an A7 S3 and stop complaining. Like everybody all complaining and crying over it. It's not meant to like it's not the end all be all perfect camera. So no, there's some things wrong. There's some things missing. Deal with it. If you don't want to buy it, just don't buy it. But y'all also got to remember, no camera is perfect. None. No camera's perfect, yo. There's compromises with every single camera. So every time I see people on these forums crying and all that stuff, shut up. Like, go find a camera that fits your needs. If this ain't the one, go find one. There's a bunch of them out there. Brazil in the house. We talked about rolling shutter. It's about, listen, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Do I, am I mad about it? I mean, no. I know what the alternatives are. All right, let's talk about what the alternatives could be. I kind of touched them on them already. How could they have avoided rolling shutter? They could have stuck with a 24 megapixel sensor. Maybe turned it into a stacked one. I don't know. Maybe just kept the 24 megapixels but gave us 10-bit 422, all that stuff. I would have been happy with that. Now, if they would have kept the 24 megapixels, the A7 III was only being oversampled from 5.6K. So way less than 7K. I really believe if they would have slapped the Bion's XR processor on the 24 megapixel sensor, it would have eliminated the roller shutter. My thoughts. But they didn't. Y'all wanted more megapixels. They gave us more megapixels. Byproduct of that, hey, oversampling. It cost processing power. It equals rolling shutter. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, that song y'all hear in the background, that's one of my favorite creative songs. And it's called And Behold by Ali. And it actually came from Epidemic Sound. So, since he brought it up, like, this ain't a sales pitch because I wasn't planning this, but he brought it up. If you're a creator, don't steal YouTube music. Don't steal SoundCloud music. Don't do none of that. Go in the description, sign up for a 30-day trial to Epidemic Sound. They have all of the music you need, all the sound effects you need. What I love about Epidemic is you can like dissect the songs. You can download the stems and you can just take like the instruments or the snares or whatever. Anyways, this song that I'm playing in the background is from Epidemic Sound. So if you do not have a music service, hit the link in the description. Try it out for free. Try it out free for 30 days. If you don't like it, cancel it. But the good thing is anything you create within that 30 days, boom, you cover. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. Just if you need it, it's there for you in the description. Don't burn them bridges. Absolutely, man. That's what, when you dealing with brands, if you want to keep dealing with them, you got to move smart. I'm not saying you got to sacrifice your authenticity, but you got to be smart about what you're doing. All right. Comment from Japan. What's up? I'm sorry for poor English. Oh, you good, man. My English is poor. Y'all hear all the slang and words I'm messing up. But at 4K 60, is it possible to crop in S&Q mode? That's a great question. I haven't tested it yet. I actually don't use S&Q mode because I'm usually happy with like the frame rates, the codecs come in right out the camera without using S&Q mode. Plus, I like having sound. That's the main reason I don't use it, is because I like having sound. If I choose not to use the sound, fine, but I prefer to have it in case I want to use it. So unfortunately, I can't answer that. Get the 16 to 50 for the 4K 60. Dirt cheap, small, weighs nothing, does the job if not wide enough. Okay, yeah, I'm plausible. Barbosa, David Gomes Barbosa. Maybe that camera will be my first. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. If you shopping for your first full frame camera, and I've made, listen, everything I'm talking about, I've basically made a video on. If you got the money, this is the best one that you can get. If you shoot Sony. There are other cameras, yes, there's other Sony cameras. But if you're trying to get a full frame camera and you don't want to spend the whole bag, but you want to future-proof yourself for at least the next 4 or 5 years, bang. Boom. This is jam-packed. Some might argue it's a little expensive. I mean, those cigarettes you buy are probably a little expensive too, aren't they? No, seriously. I have to have one. A7IV or A7C. I'm a photographer. Like 80% photos. Easy. A7III. A7C is a great camera. However, A7III, hold on, let me grab it. You already know I got one. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's a reason why I think you should get this over the A7C. First of all, dual card slots. That's first of all. Second of all, controls. On the A7C, you don't have like a lot of these dials and stuff like that. When you're a photographer, that stuff is important. Being able to, boom, ISO, boom, aperture. Dials and controls are important. A7C does have some upgrades. It's got a flip out screen, better color science, better flippy doors than this crap. But I would get the A7III. Would it make more sense to buy an A7C right now over the A7IV? Depends on budget. Depends on how much money you want to spend. I would say if you can afford it, A7IV all the way. One could argue though, you could get an A7C, some dope lenses with that extra money. That's always an option. It depends on how much money you want to spend and if you want to future-proof yourself. As long as you keep it, yep, exactly. As long as you keep it real, they appreciate it. And it helps them make their products better. Just don't represent them in the back. Like nobody's telling you to work with this brand. You want to. So don't represent them in a bad way. And I say the same things about brands. When I'm negotiating, I say mutual partnership. This got to make sense for both of us. I need you to represent me well like I'm representing you well. Big facts. Yep, and a tasteful way goes a long way. That way companies improve. No need to say things in ghetto terms. It's not a good look for you. Agree. It's a way to do things. Oh, another super chat. I didn't even see this. Wow. Thank you so much. B. Karoma, the cage. Sorry, is it Beckarama? I don't know if I jacked that up or not. My bad. What up, bro? I pre-ordered the camera on announcement date. 4K 60 turns, 24 into a little over 35. I plan on copping. Oh, yeah. All right, bet. So you sent the super chat with the same comment. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. How much of an annoyance have you been finding the crop for 4K 60? I haven't found it an annoyance. I know it's there. I know what it is. I work around it. And honestly, that's what y'all need to, like, no camera's perfect. When you get a camera, when you buy a car, like, you live with the things that are not perfect. You work around them. Listen, if Sony said, we'll make the perfect camera for you, right? You pay us, we'll make the perfect camera for you. Man, that list will be $6,000 worth of stuff. So you get what you get, like my kids say, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Or don't buy it. If it's not the camera for you, don't buy it. I don't have enough for the A7 IV. That's why I'm deciding between the A7 III and A7C. I just made a video about this. Don't feel like if budget doesn't permit, or if you just can't justify it, that you need to go get an A7 IV because it's out there. No, I have created some of my best work with the A7 III. It is fantastic. This and the A7C can still rival image quality wise the A7 IV. Honestly, most of the upgrades with the A7 IV are creature comforts. Flip screen, better menu, faster. The A7 III is still a fantastic photography camera. It can still pump out some amazing quality 4K. So most of the improvements are like quality of life and speed. Excuse me. Ugh. Rona? No, I don't have Rona. Good question. Is there any noticeable quality hit coming from the crop at 60p? Also, I haven't heard anyone talk about full frame 60p and 120p and 1080. Thank you. All right. Great freaking question. 4K 60 is being oversampled from 4.6K. It's still sharper than your grandmama's knife underneath her mattress. It's still crazy sharp, 4K 60. Now, 1080p 60 has received an upgrade over the A7 III. Now it is available higher bit rates, 422 10-bit. I don't use 1080 60, so I can't tell you. 1080p, I feel like, honestly, it feels the same. It's 1080p, 100 megabit, 420 8-bit. I haven't noticed the difference. Great question. Yo. C-Kid, hey, you late? What's happening, bro? Excuse me. Is this good as a main camera, only camera? Absolutely. If you have about 2,500, this is a perfect. No, perfect is the wrong word. My bad. The best value, in my opinion, Sony camera you can buy for the money, right? Best. Now that it's out, if you can afford it, this is the one you should get. If you can't afford it, then either save some money and wait, or grab you an A7 III or A7C if you want full frame. Lucky number 50. What up? I instantly saw the lights go up. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, delicious. My man Jay. Hey, Yoke Squad in the building. My man Jason Morris, Yoke Squad. Me, him, Peter Lindgren, the only dudes in the camera space with these babies right here. You know what I'm saying? With them. That's what Yoke Squad is all about. Shout out to Jason. The hell with him. All right, great question. Can we use active stabilization with third-party lenses? Yes, sir. Or ma'am. I'm not sure. Carson. My apologies. Carson. Harvard. Sorry if I jacked that up. So, active stabilization is the camera. It's not the lens. It's just the camera applying a 10% crop, and that shaky mess on the outside is throwing it out. Works with any lens. Is there any resolution that has 60 or 120 FPS and no crop, full frame? 1080p. If you want no crop, you got to go A7S III. Just found you today. Really like your content, and that subscribe button got hit. My man. Welcome to the squad. Vancouver in the building. That rolling shutter is a small problem. Hey, every camera got problems. You just got to deal with it. What up? What up? What's the options for white balance? Good question. It's just like the A7S3. Just looking for a good alternative over the Sony A1 and the A7S3. If this has no record limit, which it doesn't, or overheats like the A7C, which it doesn't, I'll buy this camera after trading with my A6600. Again, I think this is the best camera you can get under $3 grand if you shoot Sony, period. It fixes so much stuff. It overheats a little faster than the A7S3 because of the oversampling going on, but still, you can run 4K 30 for an hour straight, 4K 60 for close to an hour straight. If you're doing anything outside of that, you need to be getting a cinema camera. Yep. I mean, any camera will overheat if you subject it to overheating. Like, I don't understand people on that, yo. Is it a concern? I don't think so. It's the same heat dissipating design the A7S3 and the Alpha 1 has. Those cameras basically never overheat. So in normal conditions, probably 90-degree weather, I mean, unless you're doing 2-hour takes, you should be cool. If you had the money, would you get the Sony A7 IV or the 3 for your first camera? It depends. If it's your first camera, probably, I don't know. That's a good question. Part of me is like, if you got the money, future-proof yourself and learn on the newest platform. And that way, when you do get proficient, you don't feel like, oh man, I'm already at this camera's limit. But the other side of me, though, says, hey, the A7 III is still good enough. Way more than good enough. You could take that extra money and get lighting, lenses, gimbals, microphones. So it depends. Really depends. This is them side by side, by the way. A7 IV, A7 III. But I love y'all so much. Yes. This is not mine. No, this is not mine. She ain't mine. She for the street. She got to go back. This, she mine. All right. How long we been on here? 53 minutes. All right, we're going to run like another 15 minutes and then get off of here. Just starting to go semi-pro with the A7 III. You think it'll be good for the next few years? Absolutely. Here's the thing. Once you get proficient with a camera, the camera does not become the limiting factor anymore. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Let me back up. Let me actually reword that. When you become proficient, the camera matters less, because that means I have an understanding of lighting, lenses, apertures, depth of field, story, all of that stuff. And I can pick up anything and make magic. So, good question. No, it's not. 24 millimeters for real estate typically is not wide enough. You need like 14, 16. Does the focus mapping use lighter or beam you can see? I don't think it uses either. It's reading off the phase detect points. So you can't physically see anything. And it's just like, honestly, focus peaking. Well, in a sense, it's just visualizing where the depth of field is. And the camera's already collecting that data anyways. A7 IV. If you got the money, upgrade. Like, I feel like the A7 IV is a, man, like, it's like people complaining, but they took basically all of not all of the stuff, but so much stuff from the Alpha 1 and put it in this camera and gave it to us at a respectable price point. So unless you need those extra megapixels, this is an upgrade in every single way, period. Well, the only things that aren't upgraded over the A7R series, the EVF and the monitor. Aside from that, everything is top notch. I would, unless you need those megapixels, I will go for this. What up? What up? Out of my range, so I'm thinking the ZV-E. Oh, that's a great combo. Just be careful with the ZV-E10. It has some pretty bad rolling shutter also. So as long as you are cool with that, I'm a big fan of the Sigma 16mm. I made like 7 videos on my channel about that lens. What other standard zoom and standard prime would you recommend? That's a hard question. Like when y'all ask me these lens questions or what this should I buy, what, like, you got to provide context because I don't know what your use case is. Like, let's say you thinking about shooting birds and I'm sitting here recommending you a 35mm. That doesn't work. So, you know, when y'all ask these questions, a little bit more insight will help for me to help you out. Because there's literally 10,000 lenses out there. It's enough lenses for everybody's mama. love your reviews. I pre-ordered the A7IV. Can't wait. Great choice. All right. Is it possible Sony gives us 4K 60 pixel bending or line skipping via firmware update because of this massive request? It's possible. I don't see them doing it, but it's possible. And let me tell you why. When I was on, you know, the tech calls for the A7IV, they basically explained to me why. Why is there 4K 60 crop? And it was because they felt like it was the best medium. And I feel like it's the best medium. Again, my man Ben said that they should have gave us the option, like a HQ mode. Like if you want 4K 60 high quality, no pixel bending or line skipping with a Super 35 crop, give us that option in camera. But let's say you were cool with 4K 60 with maybe like a 1.2x crop, but pixel bend or line skipped. Okay, I could go for that. And I think people would have been happy if there were more than one option for it. So in that regard, I could agree. 10-bit at 24 megapixels would have been better. Like I said, I think if they would have stuck 24 megapixels, which they wouldn't have because y'all wanted more megapixels. But if they did, I really think 24 megapixels, 10-bit, up to 422, all intra, long GOP, no rolling shutter, because at 24 megapixels, I'm fully confident the Bionz XR can handle that without rolling shutter. Because, again, back to the oversampling, I would have been cool with it. We can't change it, it's done now. Can I explain the difference between the A7 III versus... What? Did you forget? I think you forgot to put something on there, yo. I think you need to go back and put that in there. Mr. comments on the kit lens. Is the 28 to 70 not worth it? I wouldn't. It's just not, I mean, I just feel like there's way better lenses you could get for the money. Are you live on A7 IV? I am not. I cannot show you it in the hand if I was live with it. So I chose not to live stream with this because I wanted to be able to stick it in your face. You see that? Right there in your face. It's beautiful. You want a liquor? You like that? Come here. Get some of that. I'm upgrading from the A7 III. I'm doing 90% video, talking head mostly. If you're doing talking head, I would get this because it's a sharper image. So the 4K oversampled from 7K is sharper than the A7S III's unoversampled 4K. So if talking head is your only thing, I would get this because it's $1,000 cheaper. You still get 10-bit, 422, all that stuff. That doesn't work in video. I don't understand why the buffer is so small. The buffer is not small at all. If you don't use the CF Express cards, then you go down to 8 frames per second. That's not the buffer that's slow. That's a limitation of the media. For you to get those insane write speeds, you need faster media. You need V90. You need CF Express Type A. The buffer on this, let me tell you something. If you are using a fast enough card, this can shoot simultaneously in compressed RAW over 800 images before the buffer fills up. If you need to shoot 800 images at a time, something's wrong with you. Oh, okay. Can you explain the difference between the A7 III shutter, A7 IV? Great question. Y'all want to hear it? All right. So here's the A7 IV. Shh, 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 shh. Let me turn the music off. Hold up. All right. So you hear it? Ready? That's the A7 IV. Is there a battery in this? Oh no, I need a battery. So, I feel like the shutter in the A7 IV is quieter, but it's nowhere near as quiet as the one in the A7S III. Let's get the tunes going back. Let's switch the song too, by the way. Let's get some of that going. Stack sensor 20 FPS at 4K 120 would have justified the 2600 price. You're not getting that, dude. Like that's all right. So much love, dog, but I'm about to set you straight. There's no way you're getting a stacked sensor, 20 frames per second and 4K 120 for $2,600. It's not happening. You need to go get an Alpha 1 or A9 II. And and this is my problem with the A7 IV, yo. Is it perfect? Hell no, it's not perfect. But you got so many people expecting this to be an Alpha 1 for $2,500. Like, be real. You want to stack shutters, stack sensors cost more. They're stacked. They have built-in memory circuitry in them. That's how the Alpha. So somebody asked me today, like, how can the Alpha 1 shoot so fast, but these other cameras like A7S III, Alpha 7 IV have the same processor with lower megapixels, but they can't shoot as fast. Stack sensor. Stack sensors are way faster. So you couple stack sensor on the Alpha 1 with a faster shutter mechanism, plus the fastest media out there. That's how they are able to achieve those insane speeds. CMOS sensor. They're only but so fast. You need an Alpha 1. All right. No, you cannot record 4K 10-bit 422 with V30. You need at least V60. A7 IV is a better combination with a 16 and 35, but forget about 16. I disagree, but okay. No. I don't need an Alpha 1. All right, is there the same amount of rolling shutter in 4K with? That's a great question. The answer is no. So when you switch the crop mode, the rolling shutter is significantly reduced because when you switch the crop, the oversampling is 4.6K instead of 7K. So when you run crop mode, it's not any. I mean, I won't say any, but it's drastically reduced. First time on your live video. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Question: is the Camera Sony A7 IV worth the upgrade from the A7 III? I think it is. I think both are amazing cameras. I said this in a video 2 videos ago. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say the same thing again. If you're trash with the A7 III, if you're trash with this camera, guess what you're gonna be with the A7 IV? You're gonna be even more trash. This is not gonna change the level of garbage you are. So I'm saying that because if you have an A7 III now and you have not pushed it to its limits, then unless you just got the money and you wanna, do that, you love tech, you want the latest and greatest, cool. If that's the reason, fine. But if you upgrade it because you think it's gonna make things better and you haven't mastered your A7 III, I wouldn't. Now that said, I think this camera is, even with its flaws, is a huge upgrade over the A7 III. Huge upgrade. So yes. How the heck are you displaying the comments like that? Ecamm. They have a comments and reactions box. You want to try Ecamm out? Link below. Boom. People too mad about 4K 60. If you're shooting anything, if you should be in 20. People are too mad. Oh, well, okay. All right. If FYI, I'm stuttering because it's hard because there's a delay from the audio. So I'm hearing and talking at the same time. The hearing is delayed here, but I'm talking here in real time. So you can't shoot everything at 24. I mean, maybe if you're in film, yeah, but we not in film. We indie film, I mean, whatever you want to call us. So sometimes I do want to shoot slower frame rates. Why is the A7C slept on? I don't think it's slept on. It wasn't like, it was just like a refresh of the A7 III. I mean, the A7 III carved such a big like lane, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if them shoes was too big for the A7C to film. I think it would have been like a much bigger impact if both of them dropped at the same time. Yo, A7C or A7 III. I think that would have, but they released the A7C almost 3 years into the product life cycle. By that time, yeah, you ain't have many people that interested in it, and they didn't promote it a lot. Recommended for beginners. Wouldn't be this. I mean, it could be this, but I mean, that's a loaded question. Depends on budget, all that stuff. Does the A7 IV shoot a full frame at 60 FPS and 120 it crop? It's a crop. 4K 60 crop. Talk about focus mapping. Focus map. Okay, so I'll show it to you. Hold up. Let me put a lens. Let's put the let's slap the big dog on here. Switch this to video. I love this dial. That sub dial right there. Y'all see my hands? I got old man hands. But let me turn it on. Let me see if I have it programmed. I don't think I have it programmed. Oh, I do. All right, so focus map on. So let's switch this to manual. Now I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me underexpose this. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but basically with focus map is helping you visualize. Okay. It's helping you visualize, and this may be a bad example, but it's helping you visualize what's in focus and what's out of focus, or I should say, all right, let me stop saying focus. It's helping you visualize what's in the foreground, what's in the background, and what's actually in focus. So what's red is what's in front of. It's not working well because that's all black back there, and I have on a telephoto lens. But basically, what's in red is in front of the plane of focus. That's the word I was looking for, or phrase I was looking for. So what's in red is in front of the plane of focus. What's not covered with any color is the plane of focus. So that is what's in focus. What's blue is behind the plane of focus. So it's basically like fancy focus peaking almost, but it's a good assist if you are shooting manual. It's a good assist to let you know like where your depth of field is at. Yeah, I get it. I understand that, but I just prefer not to use S&Q. Like, I don't like trying to, like, going through that menu and trying to, I want to frame in this, but exporting that, and I ain't got time for all that. I'll just flip it to 4K 120 and have sound and all that stuff. It's fine. Not on the 7.4, but that's what I usually do on my A7S III. Love the content, man. Good lenses to include in the purchase, considering the Sony 24 and the Sigma 24. Both great options. Where is my... Be right back. Another one of my babies. Yes, yes, I love you. What you say? Huh? I love you too, baby. I love this lens. This is my workhorse. I use this more than any other lens. The 24-70 gangster mode. Now, I wouldn't buy one right now because the Mark II is rumored to be coming. From what I've read, and I cannot confirm this. I don't have one. The Mark II version is already in the hands of artisans. So, I wouldn't buy it just yet. Now, when the new one comes, you can bet your ass it's going to be all at $2,500. The Sigma 24-70 gets you about 95% of the performance of the G Master. In some ways, it's a little bit better for half the cost. The only problem with the Sigma 24-70 is dust. A lot of people get dust in the front element. Fantastic lens. Well, no, I don't. Sorry. I don't typically, I'm not going to say no, but I typically don't review other cameras. And there's a reason why. Because I have to speak from experience when using stuff. And I have all Sony lenses, Sony cameras. So for me to bring a Panasonic in here and just try to like review it without a selection of lenses and accessories and stuff that I need, I don't want to mislead y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I typically just stick with what I know. Canon EOS R, Sony A7IV. Do you mean the R6? The A7IV is light years ahead of the original EOS R. If you are EOS R6, they're very, very comparable in a lot of ways. This Canon has some advantages. The Sony has some advantages. My biggest thing is lens selection. The Canon RF mount, there are no budget-friendly lenses. You have to either adapt, which is annoying, or you got to spin the bag. With Sony, you have hundreds of lenses out there you can use from Sony, from third party, all that stuff. So, hey, if you want my choice, I will go Sony. All right, we just answered that. It's not bothersome to me. You got to learn how to work around it. How much do you think I could get a trade-in for A7C towards A7IV? Probably about $1,200. I went from the A7III to the Lumix S5. Fantastic camera. Fantastic camera. What, say it again for the people in the back. What I learned is no camera is perfect, and everything has its own strong suits and cons. Give this man a raise, because he's right. Listen, the Panasonic S5 is probably one of the best cameras out, but it has a huge flaw. No autofocus. Well, the autofocus is poor. Big deal to some people, not a big deal to some people. But people who have the camera, guess what they got to do? They got to learn how to work around what's not perfect. The A7IV will be the same way. It's not perfect. You got to learn how to work around the things that are not perfect. And if you don't want to do that, pick a freaking different camera. All right, we're going to run this for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to head out. Shout out to 150 holding strong in here right now. I appreciate every one of y'all. Everybody that didn't drop the super chat, all of y'all with the questions, the support. Hey, I appreciate y'all so much. I know y'all didn't really come to see me. Y'all came to see her, but I'm all right with that because I got it, so y'all got to see me anyways. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm so serious. When I started this channel, you know, here's this loudmouth, buff black dude talking about cameras like it wasn't working. But you know what? I kept at it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make my way into this. And here we are. So I appreciate y'all so much for supporting my channel, for supporting what I do. It's huge. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Not much of A7IV question. But I'm starting out on YouTube with photography and video work. Any tips or pointers? Yeah, my biggest thing is be you. Don't try to be like, don't try to, like, no knock to none of the big names, but don't try to be a Peter McKenna. Don't try to be a Matty Hapoya or Peter Lindgren, or don't try to be a Terry Warfield. Be you in whatever capacity that is. And also on YouTube, it's hard. Like YouTube will make you question everything that you do. You need mental toughness to get through it. If you ain't built for it, YouTube will humble you real fast. It's nothing like putting 12 hours into a video, filming for 5 or 6 hours, and then spending another 6 to 7 hours to edit it, to post it on YouTube, but getting no views. It's no worse feeling. Like you want to go jump off a bridge with bricks tied to your feet. And you got to be able to fight past that and keep going on to the next one. So those will be my 2 biggest pieces of advice. Not tech advice, not camera advice. Be you and make sure that you are equipped for the war that is gonna ensue. Cause it's gonna dog you. But it's very rewarding. I'm glad somebody asked that. Does the HDMI output 422 4K 60? Yeah, it does. It just doesn't output raw. It only outputs what's available in the camera. I convinced my cousin to purchase an A7 III and watch your videos. He's always bringing up the term gangster mode. Hey, that's what we do. A7 III is a fantastic camera, and I appreciate your support. Gangster mode, a lot of y'all don't know what gangster mode is. Gangster mode, so they're called G Masters. And one day, like I'm always walking around the house, like making up alternative lyrics to stuff. Like I'll be walking through the house rapping a song and I'll switch the lyrics to something funny. And one day I was filming a YouTube video and it just came out. I was referring to a 24 millimeter and I was like gangster mode. And then the comment section went crazy. So I'm like, I'm keeping that shit right there. Yeah. A7R III. Oh, shout out to the A6300. How long do you think the A7 III will remain relevant? For a while, honestly. No sound, huh? It's 4K 20. Let me find out. I've been in here yapping away and y'all ain't been hearing me. It's 4K 24 cropped. No. They should crank up 1080p as high as possible. I think that would be a good deal. Oh, my man. Yo. Another super chat in the house, man. Shout out to my man Ariel. Hope I say your name right. Hey, you want to talk about another one of my biggest supporters? I'm talking about everything I post. And he not like some people be on creepy stuff. My man really just supports this channel. Instagram, which make sure y'all hit me on Instagram. My Twitter, Instagram is right there. Go add me on there. I hate the word follow. Why we ain't followers around here. No, this is fam. Add me on there. But shout out to Ariel. Everything I post always got, insightful, positive stuff to say. And I appreciate that super chat so much. $10 super chat from Ariel. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it so much, man. Thank you. Very well said. Best value for the money. Absolutely. 10-bit will fix the banding issues you see when colors can't be displayed due to bitrate. You will see it best in sky and clouds. Yep. Well, that is until you upload to YouTube and YouTube converts it to 8-bit and you get banded anyways. But yeah, you're absolutely right. When we go to work out, man, come up here. Let's get it in. R5 or A7 IV. I shoot Sony. I'm gonna say Sony. I don't think I could use the R5. Those overheating issues are big deals. Make sure you upgrade your skills before you upgrade your gear. What up, Phil? What's happening? Terry, A7 IV actually for enthusiasts. I think that all I know you meant enthusiast. You meant enthusiast or pro class. Also, what actual pros for that? I'm sorry, I don't understand. What about using the Atomos Ninja? Would you be able to run full frame 60 FPS with that? There are no additional modes externally with the A7 IV. If you want that, you got to go A7S III. All that the Atomos can do is whatever the Sony can output. Is there noticeable noise? Is there noticeable more noise like there is in A7R4 versus A7 III? I've never used the A7R4. I never had an interest in it, so I never tested it out, so I can't really answer that. How long should we expect a new camera like the A7 IV to last if we treat it right? Tight shirt tear, TST, years. My only thing would be, the A7 III did have some failing shutters. Now, to be fair, even cameras like 1DX Mark IIs, which are sports cameras, which have super well built shutters, still failed. There were a decent amount of failed shutters with the A7 III. And because that is typically the part that moves the most, that's usually the part to fail first. Sony usually rates shutters up to about 200,000 actuations. I haven't had any issues with mine. So I would think as long as there's no shutter issues, then it should last for a long time. Best lenses you recommend for the A7 IV? It's hard for me to answer that without knowing what lenses you need. Oh, you just got a ban. Boom. You want to call me an N-word? Goodbye. If you have an A7C, is it worth the upgrade for A7 IV? Just social media and lookbook style for shooting. I mean, it's the same as the A7 III. Is it necessary? No. For most people. Is it worth the upgrade? If you got the money, yeah. Hell yeah, it is. But if you don't have the money, don't feel like you need to go upgrade to it, because you can get some absolute fire with the A7C. I'll tell you what. We always on this camera chase. Get the new camera. Get the new camera. And I'm part of that. I'm part of that problem. I understand that. But let me tell y'all what makes the bigger difference. Lenses, lighting, sound. Like, those things make a bigger difference than upgrading your camera body. A lens, just getting a new lens can totally transform the quality coming out of your camera. So, yeah, I would say it is. It won't get raw video support. Let me tell y'all why it won't. Because, okay, I'm going to take a couple more questions and start wrapping this up. Shout out to y'all, man. 165 strong in here. Y'all some real ones. I appreciate y'all so much. So listen, some people say that Sony crippled the A7 IV. And I just don't find that to be freaking true. Because y'all got to realize, Sony is really trying to define these camera categories. If you are entry level, you just want a cheap camera, point and shoot. I left my ZV-1 in the car. You got a ZV-1. You want more than the ZV-1, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. You don't want to move up to the bigger cameras yet. Get you a ZV-E10 or a A60 or A6000 series camera. Oh, you passed that. You want to go full frame, but you don't want to go up that Alpha 1 A7 series. Oh, but you want to focus on video. A7S series and low light performance. Oh, you are a nature photography and megapixels are the biggest deal to you. Oh, A7R. Oh, you want everything in the kit and caboodle. Alpha 1. It's categories. So it's not that Sony is intentionally gimping cameras to protect the other lines. It's they're trying to separate those lines so you know what to expect. If you want raw output, my bad. If you want raw output, you got to go with a film-based camera. They're not going to give raw output to the A7 line. The A7 line is meant to be that bridge hybrid camera that takes small pieces from each one of those categories and makes it into an affordable camera that everybody can use. I don't see them doing it. My man, somebody said I got a $50 super chat in here. Where? Who did that? Hold up. Let me scroll down. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I see it. That's way down there. We gonna come back up to the questions. All right, let me bring this on. Thank you so much, Book of Alpharonomy. Oh, this is my man, always supporting, man. I appreciate you. Should I skip this and grab the A7S III for my long form, low light, 10-bit content? If there's no budget limits, always top notch. If budget is no concern, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. That's like, I appreciate you so much. If budget is not a problem, I would. The S series, the A7S III is the Oh, my Siri kicked in. The A7S3, let me not say anything that sounds like Siri again, is the no compromise video camera without going cinema. So if that is what you, if that's going to be your thing, video, then go for the A7S3. It's a fantastic camera. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I appreciate it so much. All right. Damn, all these. I missed a lot of them. All right. Hold up. I'm still scrolling. Don't you be mad at me. All right. While I'm scrolling, here, look at her. Yeah. Get some of that. Okay. All right, clearly I I missed a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and stop. Floyd's Tech Reviews. What up, my boy? What up? Hey, I'll be off soon so we can get on them get on that war zone. So I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. I'm so sorry if I missed questions. It's a lot of comments and stuff like that. How does the screen look at daylight? Is it bright enough? I wish it was brighter. Oh man, I appreciate it. You gonna make me cry, yo. Thank you so much. I can't recommend lenses without y'all telling me what you're gonna use it for. Lenses are not created equal. This lens is not gonna help you for vlogging. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta tell me more. Thank you for the comment. If you have an A7C in like the small size, I would just just wait it out. Ooh, I'm glad. Okay, so look, this goes back to all right, let me answer your question first. I want to do more sport photography. Can this camera pick up the speed of players that I'm shooting? Absolutely. With sports, you need fast shutters. 1,000th of a second. It can do that. You need an autofocus system that can help you track. It can do that. It's best in class autofocus. So the answer to that is yes. Now, excuse me. If you are doing things like shooting race cars, like things that are super fast, and you need to be able to shoot more than 10 frames a second burst, it's not the camera for you. But for general sports photography, absolutely. I used the A7 III for a while shooting basketball and football. It works. Are there better cameras for that purpose? Yes, that's why Sony makes the Alpha 9 series and Alpha 1. Can you make it work? Absolutely. Oh, my man Sagi in the building. Oh, and my man CJ Knows Tech in the building. And my man CJ Unplugged in the building. And C-Kid. What's up, y'all? Love your content, man. Do you think it will be already sold? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. If you ain't pre-ordered already, you probably gonna be waiting. Will the what? Come again? Cause I don't understand you. Okay. All right, I'm taking 5 more questions, y'all. 5 more questions. Great point. Now, I said this in a lot of videos. The ZV-E10 was a great camera. The problem was Sony marketed it wrong. I told them this. The ZV-E10 is a fantastic content creator's camera if you're on a budget. The problem is Sony said that this is the vlogging camera. Well, it doesn't work for vlogging. Like, it works for everything but vlogging. So in my opinion, they just went wrong with the marketing. Can you record an SSD in Ninja V? Yes, you can. Oh, I want you to see me roll my eyes. Please hold. Like, look at this. Come here. Look. Oh my God. Come on with that, man. Whatever, to go buy XT4. Which one would be better with the Sony A7? I just answered that. Budget dependent, both great lenses. I would not buy a new 24-70 gangster mode right now because the new one will be here soon. Already talked about the shutter. Already let y'all hear. All right. My man Chris, what's up? What up, bro? It's 4K 60 cropped in 8-bit. Let's find out. Always forget this is a touchscreen. All right, so let's go XAVC SHD. Let's go 4K. Oh, no, that's HD. Hold up. What was the question again? Okay. All right, so let's go to 4K 60. Now, 4K 60. All right, please hold. Calculating. Okay, so in XAVC HS 4K, which is the H.265, there's no option to go 10-bit in 4K 60. Wait. Okay, yeah, I said it right. So XAVC HS 4K, which is H.265, there is 60 frames per second. However, you only have these options. I don't know if you can see it or not. All right. So those are your options in 4K 60 XAVC HS. Now, let's go to XAVC, which I don't even think 4K 60 is available in XAVC regular 4K. Yeah. Oh, no, it is. 4208-bit. I would presume it is, but yep, it's still Super 35. So right now I'm in 4K 60. Now this is regular XAVCS. I mean regular XAVC. "4K 60, 420 8-bit. This icon down here still indicates crop. That's a great question. That's the best question all night. So the answer is yes. Great question, bro. 2500, 24.99. All right. Flippy screen is keeping me from. Oh, that's yeah. Photographers. A lot of photographers like the tabletop screen. Now, personally, I prefer flippy because look, a lot of what we shoot now is for social networks. We need vertical content. Boom, just like that. I'm snapping pictures like that. Where you at? You can go full silent, yes. You absolutely can. I'm currently shooting Fuji and I'm ready to get a full frame. With a $2,500 limit, would you recommend an A7IV or the A7III and good lenses? If $2,500 is your limit, you can't afford anything else, A7III plus good lenses. Absolutely. A7IV won't help you if you don't have a lens on it. So if you can't afford to get you some lenses, get the A7 III or wait till you save some money. Right. Like this dude wanted a stack sensor for $24.99. Not happening, bro. Not happening. Okay. What's up, man? It's gonna be a good purchase anyways. I answered that. All right, there go my mans and them. My man CJ, my man. Stop it. Get help. 24 FPS, bro. 24 FPS. Don't come in here with that crazy talk. No, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Oh, you want to hold the A7? Here, bro. There you go. Take it. Take it, man. It's yours. Great question. I have found stabilization on the A7IV has been slightly better than the A7S3. I don't want to admit it. It's the same system, but it's a tad smoother on the A7IV. I don't know what's going on, but it is. Hi man, is it a lot of people saying 10 FPS only in compressed RAW, but Sony say it's gonna be 10p? Huh? I don't know. It's 10 FPS in compressed RAW. If you want to go uncompressed, it's 5. Great question. So, when you are shooting faster shutter speeds, you want to use mechanical. The Alpha 1 is the only camera out there that can go full silent and not get rolling shutter at higher shutter speeds. I'm gonna say that again. If you need to shoot like 800th of a second, 1,000th of a second, you gotta go mechanical. And I found this out the hard way, shooting basketball. When I'm at silent shutter, because I was trying to prevent wear and tear on my A7 III, using silent shutter at an 800th of a second with people playing basketball, you know what happens? You start seeing rolling shutter on the basketball. So there will be some pictures where one side of the basketball is stretched. You got to go mechanical. Vlogger, you're disappointed. It is what it is. Don't buy it. Like, okay, that's fair. Don't buy it. Great question. Do you think they'll add focus mapping to the A7S III? This is a really good question. This is the last question I'm going to take because I got to get off of here. Don't leave yet. I want to answer this question. So before y'all leave, wait. All right, I asked Sony this question. I'm like, bruh, you not gonna tell me I just dropped 35 scunnets on the A7S III, and then y'all come along with a camera that's only 25 scunnets with all these new features, and I'm like, can I get some of that? Of course, they hit me with the standard answer. Terry, we can't guarantee future updates for no camera. So I'm saying that to say Sony will never say we're gonna upgrade it to this, but I firmly believe that Sony will issue firmware updates for the S3 and Alpha 1 to enable things like the shutter being closed when the camera's off. Focus map. Breathing compensation. There's no way they're not going to put breathing compensation in the main photography camera in Sony's lineup. It's going to get it. That was a great question. All right, y'all. If I keep answering every single question, which I want to, I'll be on here absolutely till tomorrow. So, sorry. That is the last question I'm going to take for tonight. All right. I might do a part 2 to this stream. Maybe I'll do a part 2 tomorrow night. But let me just say, it's been close to 170, 180 of y'all in here all night. And I know y'all came for the camera, but you got me instead. But I appreciate you staying. I really appreciate it so much. All the support and everything that y'all have been giving me on this channel has been like just amazing. You know, I never expected that this channel would start being anything. Thank you to everybody who dropped super chats tonight. I appreciate it so much. If you dropped one and I didn't see it, my apologies. And I think that's it. I appreciate y'all so much. And say goodbye. Say goodbye to her. Say goodbye. She's leaving. I'm gonna hop off of here, y'all. Peace and chicken grease. Y'all know how I get out. I'm out. Thank you so much for y'all's support, yo. I'll let y'all later. Peace.